All right, we're going to do another college for you to explore while you're on your alone time. Today we're going to talk about Occidental College, commonly referred to as Oxy. Okay, Oxy is a great model of what we call a small liberal arts college. Liberal arts, remember, doesn't mean that you have to study art. Doesn't mean that you have to be liberal. Liberal arts means that it just has a broad curriculum that wants you to study a lot of different areas, much like you've been doing here at the Academy. Okay. First, where is Occidental? Occidental College is in Eagle Rock, California, a suburb of Los Angeles, just about 15 minutes north of downtown LA. Okay. The college has been around for a long time, founded in 1887. It is small. It has about 1,900 undergraduates, just a handful of students who might be doing a master's program or a special program, but not enough to really count. So it's 1,900 undergraduates. That's a pretty small place. And it's a pretty diverse place too. About 49% of the student body are either students of color or international students. And that's a big deal to Occidental. Okay? It's located on a beautiful campus that's 125 acres. How big is 125 acres? Can you think of something that's big? Yes, the Academy itself. We have 300 acres of land, but the campus itself, where all the buildings are here at the Academy, is 125 acres. So Occidental is pretty much the same size as going to school at the Academy, although it has more students than we do here. All right, that's the basics of the location. Let's talk about academics a little bit. Oxy is good at everything, has good programs in all the different areas of the curriculum. They have special learning communities, which are small groups of about 16 students who focus on a particular major or a particular specialty within a major. They have senior comparative exams, comprehensive exams, which allow you to sort of do a thesis, do some hands-on specific research in an area by the time you get to senior year. Some of the best majors are one's called Diplomacy and World Affairs, which is a great broad international relations type major. To this day, Oxy is the only college with a regular internship set up at the United Nations and at the U.S. mission. Film and media is a growing major as well at Occidental, and marine biology is especially notable because Occidental helps run a research vessel that lets you get out on the ocean and do some actual marine biology research. Okay. One of the specialized programs allows a group of students each year to get a portion of Occidental's endowment and learn how to invest by actually investing $150,000 of Occidental's endowment each year. They get to play with it in the markets, see what they can do, see what they can learn about investments. Okay, it's a great hands-on program for students interested in that. Occidental also has cross-registration programs available with Caltech and with the Art Center College of Design in Pasadena. Those allow you to take classes at those institutions if you're an Occidental student. Art Center College of Design is not the art center that you hear radio commercials for here in Albuquerque. Art Center College of Design is one of the most notable design colleges in the world with a very big specialization in automobile design in particular. Okay, so it's a really big deal. Now, what about student life? The biggest chunk of students at Occidental do come from California, all parts of California, but you will find a lot of California students there. About 70% of students will live on campus in the residence halls at Occidental, and there are also off-campus housing right surrounding the campus. It's surrounded by a neighborhood of houses. Some of the houses are owned by the college, some are not. The ones that are not are called off-campus housing. There's 9% Greek life at Occidental, which is a very small number, and there's no rush process. If you want to join one of the fraternities or sororities, you just join. 45% of Occidental students will study abroad during their 4 years, which is a big number. That's something that's really encouraged at Oxy. And because it is just minutes from downtown LA and does look like a traditional East Coast college, Occidental has been used in many, many different films and commercials and television shows. So you know what? I bet you've seen Occidental's campus many times and you just don't know it because it's used quite a bit. It's easy to get to from downtown LA and Hollywood, and yet it looks like you're someplace very different than Los Angeles. Let's talk about athletics. Occidental is Division III athletics. Remember, that's typically small college athletics, Division III. That doesn't mean it's a small athletic league. There are more Division III colleges than there are Division I and Division II combined. But it's the model of the scholar athlete. The academics are the important part. Athletics are something that you do with the emphasis on being a student. Oxy is part of SCIAC, the Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, which is a pretty competitive league. They are noted for their football program, for their cross country. They actually have a history of academy students running cross country at Occidental, which is one of the reasons why they got to be so strong. Then the two big questions. Can you get in? Can you afford it? Okay, let's look at affording it. Occidental is not a cheap college like some of the colleges that we've seen. $76,000 is what it costs for a year at Occidental. That includes tuition, room and board, books, personal expenses, travel, everything. They do offer, though, a lot of financial aid. About 75% of students at Oxy are going to get need-based aid. There are some merit scholarships available, and some of them are large merit scholarships, but there's not a huge number. Most of the aid is going to come from direct financial need through the FAFSA and the CSS profile that they use for that process. Can you get in? Even though it's increased in popularity and gotten harder and harder, Occidental is still reasonably selective for our students. Last year they had about 7,200 students apply, about 37% were admitted. It's a little bit higher for academy numbers. They do like our students, so a good number of our students will have a strong chance of being admitted to Oxy, but not all of them. SAT, middle 50% is 1270 to 1450. ACT, middle 50% is from 28 to 32. They do take the common applications, so they make it pretty easy and straightforward to apply. It's a really good model to remember this small liberal arts college. We have sent alums over the years, typically a student every year or so. Sometimes we'll skip a year like we just did. They also have another famous semi-alum, although he didn't graduate from there. A gentleman by the name of Barack Obama attended Occidental for 2 years before transferring to some college in the East. I don't remember what its name is. And it's also very special to me because Occidental is actually the first place where I went to work in admissions. My first admissions job was in the Occidental College admission office. So this is a great model for the small liberal arts college. And remember, try to go visit sometime. But those students who visit always come back and say the same thing, and it's why they either love or hate Occidental, because they will come back and they will say, it's just like the academy. So if that appeals to you, great. If not, maybe not so great, but check out Occidental College. Thank you.